Godin is the president of the Union of Canadian Correctional Officers, the union representing the officers who witnessed Ashley Smith commit suicide, and he joins us now from our Ottawa studios. Hello, Jason.
Hi, Sandy.
So the Ombudsman's report into the death of Ashley, who choked to death, they're saying that her death was entirely preventable, and it paints a picture of a young woman suffering from mental illness that didn't get the help she needed. So what's your reaction to the report?
Well, no surprises in the report from what we see. We've been saying the exact same thing all along. We don't believe Ashley Smith should have had to die either, and in the report that we released in October, we touch on that very same point, that her death was certainly preventable. So the Correctional Investigators report is really no surprise to us at this point.
So having said that, there were violations of law and policy that were contributed to her death, and so many Canadians watching us must be wondering, how could these guards watch Ashley Smith die?
Well, first and foremost, I mean, they repeatedly saved Ashley Smith's life on several occasions. I think that needs to be noted right off the bat. However, because of misguided direction coming down the line from senior management, our members were clearly told not to intervene, and this was obviously a contradiction of their own policies. So our members faced a completely impossible situation. They're emotionally scarred from having to go through this event, because at the time they wanted to certainly go into the cell, they were being told very explicitly by management not to go in the cell, and if they did go in the cell, they would suffer disciplinary repercussions. So our members were put in an impossible situation, and we believe that her death was preventable as well.
Well, I guess the Ombudsman also still has questions about that day, like what happened and why. Can you tell us any more about that?
Well, again, it's pretty clear in our report. You know, we'd gotten to a point there where staff were, you know, wanting to intervene, but again, you know, the direction had been heightened by the Correctional Service of Canada not to go in. So, I mean, the last moments of Ashley Smith's life were extremely traumatic for those correctional officers who were involved. They had quite a relationship with her, obviously. I mean, having saved her already repeatedly on several occasions, you can imagine having to stand outside of a door because you're being told, oh, you know, you're not supposed to go in there and intervene. This type of direction, in our opinion, was absolutely ludicrous. However, you know, again, they put our members in that situation. So the last moments of Ashley Smith's life were extremely traumatic for our members, and they're going to suffer with that for the rest of their lives.
Are they being helped? Are they addressing this with psychological help, psychological counseling?
Well, absolutely. I mean, you know, we're doing everything we can to help them. I mean, unfortunately, our employer abandoned them completely. They fired 3 correctional officers and suspended 4 others, and these were exceptional correctional officers working at Grand Valley. So we're doing everything we can to help them. We're obviously going to go through the grievance procedure to ensure that the wrong that was done to them is now corrected, and so we're in that process, and at the same time we're offering them a tremendous amount of support. The outcry from the members across Canada has been absolutely fantastic, where the members are supporting these 7 individuals fully.
So let's hope that this situation should never arise again, but should it, are they very clear on what their job responsibility is? What would they do?
Well, I mean, certainly, but at the same time, we have to remember that the union back in 2005 had tabled a document on how to deal with high-risk women offenders, and we tabled that directly with the commissioner, and that fell on deaf ears. And you know, our members are certainly more than willing to do their jobs, but at the same time, when there's direction being given by senior management not to intervene in this situation, you can imagine the situation that put our members in. So, I mean, we're fully supportive of a public inquiry. We believe there has to be major reform, and like you said, we don't want to ever see this happen again. We want to make sure that none of our members are ever exposed to this, and that this situation doesn't repeat itself.
And will we see these recommendations in place at some point soon? Is that your sense of it?
Well, I mean, we'll have to see, right? I mean, we're pretty skeptical in terms of how the federally sentenced women's sector is managed. You know, we haven't had a chance to really review Mr. Saper's recommendations fully. At this point, preliminarily, we don't see any difficulties with with most of the recommendations. So, I mean, you know, the proof is in the pudding. We'll have to see how Correctional Service of Canada reacts to this. You know, we want to see change. We want to see a public inquiry, and we just want want to make sure that that this type of situation doesn't occur. And we need a special handling unit specifically for high-risk female offenders, and that's what the union has pushed for well before Ashley Smith, the situation with Ashley Smith took place. I mean, our condolences go to the family, because as a union we've tried to correct that situation. So now we're going to see if the organization is going to take action.
Jason, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much.